This is an instructional video for What's Your Cosmo card game. You can find more information on its website, whatsyourcosmo.com, or type in What's Your Cosmo card game into any search engine. The game I'll be showing you how to play is called Over Under. And just to review, the What's Your Cosmo deck has a dark side which has all numbers, and the white side which has letters. For Over Under, we'll be using the letter side of the deck. So the deck will be placed white side or letter side down. And there are 5 letter cards. We will place them diagonally. We have a C, an O, an S, an M, and an O. And these are the 5 letter cards. And they are different from the playing cards because they have a dark blue border and the playing cards don't. The object of the game, Over Under, is to make as many Cosmo columns as possible. And we'll be using columns like this. Players would take 5, be dealt out 5 cards, and in this example we'll lay them face up just because it'll be a lot easier to show how to play. Alright, so 5 cards each. Up to 4 players can play this game, but 2 players would be the optimal number of players to play this game. So to begin, a player can play a card only if it is touching the top of a card or the bottom of a card. It cannot just be touching the side of a card. Okay, I'll show you for an example. I can place an M here. Well, let me try a different example to show you how I'm going to get a Cosmo column. I can place an O here because it is touching the bottom of a C card. I can place my S there because it is touching the bottom of an O card. And I can put my M there because it is touching the bottom of an S card. I can place my M underneath the S card, and I can place my other M because it's touching the top of the O card. But I didn't make any Cosmo columns. Now the next player's chance would be to take the C, nope, let's try the O card, placing it below the M, and they have made a Cosmo column. Before they can pick up their Cosmo column, they'll be playing any of the other cards that they may have. So they can play this, that. They can place this S under the O, place the C above the O, and then they would pick up their Cosmo column, leaving the letter card. So they pick up their 4 cards. That would be counted as 1 point. And the next round begins. Each player would draw enough cards to replenish their 5 card hand. So in this case, they have to each draw 5 cards. Sometimes they're only able to play 1 card, so they wouldn't, they'd only be picking 4 cards from the deck. Sometimes they have to pass because they can't play anything, and in that case, the next player would play, and then it would go back to the original player that passed, and then they would draw another card. Alright, so this player has a chance to play again. No Cosmos can be played just by looking at it. Can only play the M. Nowhere else can they play because it wouldn't be touching the bottom or the top. This player would then have a chance to play. They could play their O. And that would be all they could play as well. But they did make a Cosmo column, so they would pick up these 4 cards, leaving the O letter card, and they would get a point. And the game continues until the deck is depleted. Whoever has made the most Cosmo column wins. For more information on Over Under or any of the other 7 What's Your Cosmo games, go to whatsyourcosmo.com.